I fixed a single mom's kitchen light. Then her son asked if I was coming to his game. The smell of burned wiring hit me the second I stepped into the tiny kitchen. Smoke curled from a cracked outlet near the sink, and the frightened little boy standing behind his mother clutched a worn baseball glove against his chest like it was the only thing keeping him brave. I had answered what should have been a simple emergency electrical repair before sunset, never imagining that one small act of kindness would quietly change 3 lonely lives forever. Sometimes the brightest light isn't the one you fix in a ceiling. Sometimes it's the hope you accidentally restore in someone's heart. Before we begin, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and stories that remind us humanity still exists, please like this video, leave a comment, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe to Shadow of Kindness. Your support helps these stories reach more hearts every day. For nearly 12 years, I had worked as an electrician, driving from one repair call to another while carrying a silence inside me that no paycheck could fix. After losing my wife to illness 3 years earlier, my world had become painfully routine. Work filled the hours, but the evenings always felt empty. I kept telling myself that helping people with broken wiring and dangerous electrical problems was enough. It gave me purpose, even if I returned every night to a quiet apartment where nobody waited for me. That afternoon, my dispatcher mentioned the homeowner sounded desperate. A single mother had reported flickering lights, sparks behind an outlet, and the smell of burning plastic. I grabbed my tools and drove across town to a modest neighborhood where small homes stood close together, each carrying signs of families doing their best with limited means. The woman who opened the door looked exhausted but determined. Dark circles rested beneath her eyes, and despite her tired expression, she greeted me with genuine gratitude. Her name was Emily, and she apologized several times for calling so late. She explained she had delayed repairs for months because every extra dollar went toward rent, groceries, and her son's school expenses. The kitchen told its own story. Cabinets were worn, appliances were older than they should have been, and every corner reflected careful effort rather than comfort. She had stretched every penny without asking anyone for help. Behind her stood 8-year-old Noah, quietly watching everything with curious eyes that carried far more maturity than a child should ever need. The electrical panel revealed several dangerous problems that had likely been ignored for years. Loose wiring had overheated, and one faulty breaker had nearly caused a fire. As I replaced damaged wires and secured new connections, I could hear Emily helping Noah with homework at the kitchen table. They laughed over simple mistakes, turning an ordinary school assignment into something warm despite the difficult circumstances surrounding them. When the lights finally came back on without flickering, the entire kitchen seemed different. It wasn't brighter because of the bulbs. It was brighter because relief had replaced fear. Emily thanked me repeatedly while nervously asking about the repair bill. Looking around their home, I understood the answer before speaking. I quietly contacted my supervisor, explained the safety risk, and arranged for part of the repair to be covered through our company's community assistance program. The remaining balance became small enough for manageable monthly payments. The tears forming in Emily's eyes embarrassed her, but they reminded me how heavy invisible burdens can become when carried alone. As I packed my tools, Noah walked toward me holding his old baseball glove. He hesitated for a moment before asking the question that caught me completely off guard. His baseball game was Saturday afternoon, and he wondered if I was coming. The room became completely silent. Emily quickly apologized, explaining Noah often became attached to adults who showed him kindness because his father had disappeared years earlier and never looked back. She gently told him I was busy and had important work to do, but I couldn't stop thinking about the hope on that little boy's face. Saturday arrived with bright skies and warm weather. I told myself I was simply keeping a promise that had never officially been made. Still, something inside me knew it was much more than that. I found the local baseball field crowded with parents cheering from folding chairs while children laughed across the freshly cut grass. Noah spotted me before anyone else. His smile stretched across the entire field, For the first time in years, someone looked genuinely happy simply because I had shown up. He didn't become the game's biggest hero. He struck out once and missed an easy catch in the third inning. But during the final inning, he hit a simple ground ball that allowed the winning run to score. As his teammates celebrated, he searched the crowd until our eyes met. Instead of looking toward the scoreboard, he lifted his glove toward me with quiet pride. That moment was worth more than any promotion or overtime paycheck I had ever earned. Over the following months, I occasionally helped Emily with small repairs around the house. A leaking faucet, a broken porch light, shelves that needed reinforcing. She always insisted on paying whatever she could, and I respected her dignity enough to let her contribute. Our friendship grew naturally, built not on rescue but on mutual respect. I also discovered something unexpected inside myself. The loneliness that had followed me for years slowly began to lose its grip. Watching Noah grow more confident and seeing Emily smile without forcing it reminded me that healing rarely happens through dramatic miracles. More often, it arrives quietly through consistent kindness, ordinary afternoons, and people who simply choose not to walk away. Nearly a year after that first repair call, I attended another baseball game. This time Noah wasn't searching the crowd to see if someone would come. He already knew. As I sat beside Emily beneath the setting sun, the field lights switched on one by one, shining brightly over children chasing dreams much bigger than baseball. I realized I had fixed far more than a kitchen light that first evening. Without realizing it, 3 broken hearts had slowly found their way back toward hope together. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, share it with someone who believes kindness still matters, and subscribe to Shadow of Kindness for more inspiring stories that remind us one small act can change an entire life. Special request. Before you leave, please comment below and tell us, what is one small act of kindness that changed your life forever? Because sometimes the brightest future begins with something as simple as showing up when someone quietly hopes you will.